with WordPad. So here is my code. Okay. So what I do is I'll take this portion of the code. I'll take this portion of the code. See this? I just take this portion where that selenium dot is coming, right? Only that portion of the code I will take it. Put it inside this method, that is public void is there, right? I'll put it inside there. There will be errors coming up. We will see how to get rid of these errors. First thing, this is not a Java code. This is something called as Selenium code. I mean, Selenium Java integration. So the required methods for Selenium are present in a class called Selenium test base. Selenium test base consists of all the methods. So what I will have to do is I will have to say this class, public class TC001 extends, I am doing an inheritance, Selenium test base. You have to use this. Now this method name I am saying test search by. Now the code is ready. You might think the code is ready. The code is not ready yet. What we have to do is, for running the Selenium code using RC, we have to start something called as Selenium server. The Selenium server is here. This is the Selenium server. So we have to start that. So for starting the Selenium server, we have to write a code. There is a code for starting the Selenium server. So first we will have to write the code for starting the Selenium server, and then only we can write the code. Otherwise we cannot write the code for that. So I have, for saving the time, I have already have written the code and kept it, so that we will not waste time during the class. So this is the, okay, so this is the code for starting the Selenium server. Okay, now Selenium again, what we have, because this Selenium server can throw an exception, we have to use the word throws exception. Now Selenium server is equal to new Selenium server, Selenium server dot boot, server dot start. Then here we are actually saying what is the starting URL on the browser. So I am saying now so here what I am doing is I am setting what is the base URL, the starting URL, and on what browser I want to run. Yes, I will be showing this, I will be sending this code to you. Instead of Firefox, if I want to run it on Chrome, I will have to type Google Chrome. Suppose if I want to run the code on Firefox or IE, then I will say iExplore. I will show you. So this part of the code is for starting the Selenium server. Then this part of the code is for actually running the code. Then last part, after executing the code, we have to stop the server. Otherwise the next code will, all these steps, everything will be sent to you in the PPT. Okay, so this is the code for stopping the server. So what we did was, we started the server, then this portion of the code is for starting the server, then this portion of the code is for running the actual code, then this portion of the code is for stopping the server. All these things are done. Now you have created the code. The method in which we created the code is called as testng remote control. Similarly, there is one more way, that is called as WebDriver. Okay, I am not teaching WebDriver in this class. We will do it in a separate session. This is only on testng. Now the entire code is ready. The entire code is ready now. all we will have to do is we will have to run it. So let us see how to run it. Right click on the code, right click on the class. There is a run as option. You will have to click on testng. So okay. So I have not set the Java class path. There is something called as Java class path which was not set here. So what I will have to do is my Java is there in C drive, program files, Java, JDK, bin. So I will have to set the class path, otherwise my code will not run. So right click, properties on my computer, advanced, environment variables, edit, okay, and path, okay. So I have set the class path also. Now let us try to restart this one. I am opening the Eclipse again. Selenium WebDriver or RC, which is better? Right now Selenium WebDriver is most commonly used, but both have equal features. So you look at from the feature wise, both are strong enough. Now let me run this code again. Right click, run as testng. Launching has encountered a problem. The project webinar which is referenced by the class path does not exist. Okay, I think. Okay, please, I have not opened the session for questions. Just hold on your questions. I know that. Okay, so here I have a different, same project but in a different one. So here I have created the same code where I'm running the code from so I say right click. Now here I'm running the code on Internet Explorer. See this? Here I'm running the code on Internet Explorer. Rather than Firefox, I'm running on Internet Explorer. Right click, run as testng. Now you can see that Eclipse, the Internet Explorer has opened. Okay, now it says there are no links found, right? Because it searched for all programming, links were not found. Please start the Selenium server through command prompt before running the script. That is not required. When we have written the code to start the server, so that is not required, right? So now I have. So now you can see that the code has run. So this is how we will run the code using Eclipse. So what we did was we created a test script wherein we actually are writing a code using Eclipse and then we are running the code. Yes, see, the test script, yeah, I think you were right. I think I did not set the properties in the remote machine. I set it in the my personal machine. That was the error. Java underscore home. Then you give the path. Then you can give something called path. Edit it. So I have set the path here also. Now if I am simply running it, right click, run as testing. Okay, that's fine. I mean there's some problem with this machine, I guess. Okay, I'm doing it on a VMware, so it could have a problem. So using the Selenium Eclipse, you are going to create the script like this. After we have created so many scripts, what we can do is we can integrate the code using Ant or Maven. That means there is something called, okay, I'll show you an example of Maven. So when you are using Maven, you don't need Eclipse, nothing is required. All we do is, I'll show you a simple example now. So here, in this I have created a project using Maven Framework. I've created a project using Maven Framework. So what I do is to run the code, I don't require Eclipse, nothing. All I do is simply go to my command prompt, cd/fdrive, cd maven, cd. Now see here, I say mvn-site. That's it. I type a command and say run. You can see that it will automatically start executing the code. So this is how you integrate with Maven. Maven is a framework. Maven is a framework. Ant is a framework. These are all different kinds of frameworks. So I created a framework, and then I mean using that framework I integrated all the scripts, and now I am running the code using Maven. So what it does is it has started. See, now you can see that I am now running the code on Google Chrome. The previous time I ran it on iExplore. Now I am running on Google Chrome. So it would run the code. It's now running the code on Google Chrome, and finally after the run it will show me the results. I mean automatically. Now you can see test runs were 1. There were 0 failures, 0 errors, nothing were skipped. All the tests ran successfully. So after the run, if I go to the target site, there will be a report. In this report, I can see whether the test case has passed or not. You can see that the test case has passed, and then search results is success rate is 100%. So this is how you integrate this into a framework. Okay, this is that. So this is the overall process of automating scripts using Selenium. So there are so many other enhancements that we will do using Java. We can do data-driven testing. We can write database validations. We can write checkpoints in this. So you can actually do anything that you do in a normal test automation tool, but would require scripting. It will require you to have some scripting knowledge. This tool cannot be used for performance testing. Okay. Now, this is just an overview. So we will have some further sessions where we will be working on specific topics on Selenium. Here, I just want to take some 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, 3 minutes for making certain announcements. See, we at Softsmith conduct Selenium classes both at Chennai and Bangalore. So you can contact the respective people. For Chennai, you can contact trngchn@softsmith.com. For Bangalore, you can contact for trngdlr@softsmith.com. We conduct these trainings online also. When we say training, it will be for the entire course. I mean, we cover Selenium IDE, remote control, TestNG, Ant framework, Maven framework, all the concepts will be covered. So these are the mail IDs, you can contact them. So all the webinars are so we can we do trainings both on online as well as on classroom training for and also we have live projects. People who have knowledge on Selenium but want to enhance it by doing some extensive coding and other stuff can come and enroll yourself for live projects where you are going to work on some of our live projects with live frameworks and other stuff. These courses will vary from 15 days to 1 month, and this all are you will have for fees and other details you can contact those IDs. Okay, for Bangalore you can even contact the phone number 329-301-45. So I'm doing it from Bangalore now, 080. So you can contact this phone numbers for further course details. Right. So this is just an announcement that I want to make. For people in Hyderabad, people in other places other than Chennai, you will have to have online trainings. We take one-on-one online training. We take one-on-one online trainings. You can please contact these email IDs, or you can go to our website www.softsmith.com and then you can go to /training. I mean, there is a training portal there. You can go and get further details also. And one more thing is, all the PPTs will be sent, don't worry. So we at Softsmith are also providing a test management tool for free. This is called QA Monitor. This is similar to test management tool, which can do task tracking, requirements and requirement gathering, test planning, test execution and defect tracking. This is a free account can be fetched. For getting the free account, you can contact, I mean, if you want to get free account of this training, then QA Monitor is not an open source, it's a freeware. It is not an open source, it's a freeware. You can create your own projects and you can monitor it. I mean, you can do your complete project management in terms of testing using this project. Okay, you can just go there and you can register yourself. You can get started now and you can register itself. It's an online, it's a test management tool. Okay, that's another important announcement. Now, fine. Now I'm opening the session for questions. Wait, I'm taking one question. What is the difference between RC and WebDriver? RC was an initial version. Now the latest version is WebDriver. WebDriver is by it's something that is written by Google. So basically in RC you are using a Selenium server. In WebDriver you don't use any server. Okay, and Selenium WebDriver has some enhanced APIs for testing, which can help later in testing or web automation. Create own APIs. I'm afraid that there is no tool to record scripts and run on an Android browser. Using WebDriver you can run the scripts, but for writing the script you will have to write it. I have been asked, why is it necessary to start a Selenium server in RC and not in WebDriver? See, our Selenium RC uses something called as a Selenium standalone server. The requests are sent through the Selenium server. So Selenium server starting is required. For WebDriver, it uses certain jar files using which it runs it. So you don't have to do any test automation tool. Can we integrate QA Monitor with any automation tool? As of now, it is not there, but we are doing research on it. Selenium grid is used for executing the test scripts in parallel. Suppose if I want to run 100 test scripts and I want to run them in parallel, then I can use Selenium grid. Yes, Selenium will work for Android mobile testing. If we want to run the scripts on multiple browsers, yes, I showed you, right? If you want to run the script on different browsers, see, if you want to run the script on Firefox, you say Firefox. If you want to run the scripts on Chrome, you say Google Chrome. If you want to run the script on Internet Explorer, you will have to write iExplore. So depending upon the browser, you can do. QA monitor is same as QC. Yes, it's almost same as QC. Why we need Selenium jars? The reason we need Selenium jars is that in order to run the Selenium code, we require some library files. These library files are provided by Selenium jar. No, you cannot do load testing using this, but you can run the code in a multi-threading way, which will simulate multiple users running at the same time. We are not sure if the recording is successful. Once if it is successful, we will share you. We will definitely have detailed sessions on Selenium as we go on, but people who want to take it as course, please contact the following address. People who want to take it as a course, a detailed course like that, then people can look into these details. Yes, see, even though if you don't have great knowledge on Java, once you start learning Selenium, you will automatically get to learn Java. Yes, you can use Selenium in Visual Studio 2010 as well as 2012, but you need C# drivers for that. The difference between verification and assertion is that when you are using an assertion statement, if the assertion statement fails, the code will stop there only. But if you use a verification statement, the code will not stop. Even if the verification fails, it will not stop. It will continue. Can you provide the video of this webinar? Yes, we will try to provide it. Is there any way we can test web applications which does? Yes, you have to write the code directly in Eclipse. What are the types of technologies that are supported in Selenium? Selenium supports almost all types of technologies that are web-based. Yes, someone is asking me, suppose if I have a test case where I enter the data from a browser and check at the Oracle database. Yes, we can use it. We will use JDBC connections for doing that. We will cover that under database validations. We can use Selenium for testing web services. For that, we will have to fire the SOAP request from the Eclipse. As of now, the support for testing Flex controls is not that good, so it's not a very good idea to use Flex as of now. WebDriver is more efficient. Is Maven an installation framework? Yes, it's not an installation framework, it's an integration framework. Mant and Maven are an integration framework. See, the purpose of using Ant and Maven, someone has asked me, what is the purpose of Ant Maven if I can run the scripts via Eclipse? See, the point is, I have created a test script, maybe there are hundreds of test cases, I want to run them together, then I need Ant or Maven. Moreover, if I want to deliver the scripts to my client, I cannot say to my client who is not a technical person, ask him to open Eclipse and run the code from there. So instead of that, I will give him a small batch file, just double click it, it will run. How is it useful for manual tester? See, basically if you want to do your testing faster, you would use test automation. Flash testing can be done by using something called as Flex Pilot. There is something in Selenium. There is an add-on called Flex Pilot. Using that, you can do it. How do I use the same Selenium browser object for a different class? what should I do if I want to record a script in Selenium IDE? Okay, somebody is asking, what do I do if I want to create a Selenium test script, but I don't, my application won't work in Firefox. In that case, you will have to directly write the code in Eclipse. There is no other way. Yes, Selenium is a freeware. See, I'm getting this question. You cannot record the scripts using Selenium IDE on Internet Explorer. It will work only on Firefox. In case if your application is supported only by Internet Explorer, then you will have to write the code directly in Eclipse IDE. Okay, so there are so many questions. I don't have time for that. We will have to end the session. It is 4 o'clock. So I'm sorry that I cannot answer all the questions right now, but what you can do is you can definitely send your queries to me, and I will be definitely getting back to you on each and every question. One thing that I want to ensure is it's an open source tool, a brilliant tool. You can actually automate any kind of applications. You can actually do anything that you do in Selenium, in QTP in Selenium. We are not comparing it, but still it's a great tool to work with. So here, once again, thanks from me, Kaushik. If you want to send your queries, do send your queries at webinar@softsmith.com. If you are a corporate organization, you want it for your company alone, we will definitely do it. Do contact this mail ID. I hope the session was helpful. We appreciate your feedback. We will see you in the next course. Next session, most probably next week. We will have a specific session and detailed session next week. So thanks for it. We'll all get back to you next time.